So, our first sermon on our series of What is Liturgy? Liturgy, what do we do when we do what we do, when we come together to do what we do? How do we explain to others? We use the words worship, but what does that mean? People say that we can commune with God without coming to church, and indeed we know that to be true because we do the same. So why do we do what we do when we do what we do? But actually, what is it that we do? We call it liturgy, and there are 4 elements, 4 meanings, 4 reasons. I can't think of the right word, perhaps 4 expressions, or perhaps it is a combination of elements, meanings, reasons, and expressions. Liturgy is partly communal memory. It serves as the living memory of a faith community. It's not merely remembering past events, but rather making them present through ritual action. The Last Supper, the Passover supper that has at its history dating back to the night before the children of Israel fled Egypt under Moses. When worshippers participate in liturgical ceremonies, they step into a stream of tradition that connects them with the generations of the past. The words, gestures and symbols used in liturgy carrying the weight of centuries of meaning and practice. For example, when Christians celebrate the Eucharist, they're not simply commemorating an historical event, but participating in what they believe to be a timeless moment that transcends chronological time. So when we lose the ceremony to make them understandable, we actually lose that part of our common memory. That doesn't mean we shouldn't change anything, rather the reverse. We do change to give the same meaning in a different way that is relevant to this point in time. Keep the actions, keep the meaning, but somehow give those actions better connection with the present, making them relevant and accessible. And liturgy is in part sacred choreography. We can understand liturgy as a carefully orchestrated dance between the divine and human realms. Every movement, every word, every pause in liturgical practice has meaning and purpose. Like a choreographed performance, liturgy guides participants through sacred space and time with intentional patterns. The arrangement of ritual elements, processions, bows, kneeling, standing creates a physical vocabulary of worship. This embodied aspect of liturgy recognizes that humans are not just spiritual beings, but physical ones who experience the sacred through their bodies as well as their minds. If we use dance as a metaphor for our relationship with God, some of us need the structure of a dance with the exact step at the exact space every single time, whereas others respond to the beauty and the beat and let themselves go with the rhythm. When we dance with God in liturgy, it should be freeing, liberating, perhaps even a bit chaotic, but for some that is too scary. To reach out and simply respond with an abandonment of the soul is too risky. And liturgy helps us identify as a formation. It shapes both individual and collective identity. Through regular participation in liturgical practices, people internalize the beliefs and values and worldview of their religious tradition. So we become what we are without really knowing what we are. The repeated patterns of worship form habits of mind and heart that influence how participants see themselves and their place in the world. It provides a framework for understanding life's major transitions: birth, marriage, death, and helps people navigate these passages within their faith community. It's a powerful tool for cultural transmission and the formation of religious identity across generations. But when we lose that meaning behind the repetition, then we become sanctimonious and pharisaical, which means righteously hypocritical, because then we give more importance to the ritual than the meaning behind it. Let the meaning live in our ritual that God loves all, welcomes us all, comes to meet the righteous and the sinner equally, and understands that quite often the righteous are far away from God because they see they have forgotten the underlying reason behind our outward expressions of what we do. Liturgy is sacramental. That is, it is the outward sign of an invisible presence. And liturgy is transformative in its encounter. At its core, it's designed to facilitate transformative encounters with the divine. It creates a structured space where ordinary time and space are suspended allowing participants to experience what many traditions call sacred time. Through carefully crafted prayers, music, movements and rituals, liturgy aims to open pathways for divine-human interaction. This transformative aspect of liturgy isn't just about individual spiritual experience. It's meant to reshape our understanding of reality and inspire us to live differently in the world. The transformative power of liturgy extends beyond the worship space into everyday life, influencing how we engage with our communities and respond to the need of others.